Hi, and welcome to Learning Italian with Alice. I'm Alice. Today's lesson is around alphabet, so let's start from the basics, the sounds of each letter in Italian, and a few examples. And then we also examine word by word the examples. So we start to learn some new words and some sentences. So let's dive in. A. A. You open your whole mouth to pronounce the letter A. A is like abito. That means two things, but I repeat again. Abito. 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 That means two things. Dress, the dress like the long dress for women, and the first person singular of the verb living, so live. I live. Let's analyze first the word dress. So I wrote this sentence here. Adoro l'abito rosso in quel negozio. Slower. Adoro l'abito rosso in quel negozio. That means I adore the red dress. Why I wrote red? I adore the red dress in that shop. So let's analyze word by word to understand this sentence. Let's go to the whiteboard. Here we are at the whiteboard and the reflection of the microphone here. So let's analyze word by word this sentence. First, adore, adoro, it means I adore, and it's the first singular verb. Okay, so I adore. In Italian, we have a verb for each person. So the first person has a type of verb that's adoro. My handwriting is a little bit horrifying, but I hope you understand anyway. Basically, in Italian, we have a different verb for each person. So in English, for example, when you say I adore, you say I adore, you adore, he adores, and you just add the S at the end. We adore, you adore, they adore. Okay. In Italian, we have different verbs for each person. So this means when you use, for example, adora, she adores, for example, this means she adores. We know that that verb means it refers to the first singular person. So adoro, it's without the io at the start because we already know that adoro is the first singular person. Okay? So this is one of the first things to understand about Italian. We have a freaking verb for everything. Then L, in this way, it's lo. Definite article, I think it's called. I prepared all the serious grammar, but the problem is I'm really socially awkward. So when I'm socially awkward, I get everything wrong. So I think this is a definite article. So it means that one, not like a random dress, that dress. And we use, when we meet two vowels meet, like lo abito, you can see there's the O and there's the A, and this sounds really disgusting saying lo abito. So we add a little apostrophe in there. And then there's the word, of course, the word of the A, abito. Abito is the dress, like the long dress, like this. This is disgusting, Alice. You did the art school way. It's the long, really like the long dress for the party, for example, abito. Abito da sera means dress by night, like a night dress. Rosso is the color red. And rosso, nothing else to say. In, it's basically the same, to be honest. Inside. It's probably inside. Even if the translation is almost the same, it means inside something. Quel, that. It means that particular shop, nothing else, that particular shop. And negozio is shop. It's where the things are sold, so anything, dresses, food. Even if where we buy food, we call them supermercato, is like supermarket. So like this. You can call anything else basically negozio, everything like a general building or a general place where something is sold. It also means, like we said, I live, so io abito or abito without the io in front, like we said, because it's a verb that is used just for the first singular. Let's read this. Abito in Italia. Slower. Abito in Italia. Abito in Italia. So, this of course means I live in Italy. Really simple because it's really similar to English. So, abito is from the verb abitare, this verb, that means living, live, to live. And now let's switch to the second letter, which is B. 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 Like the word baffi, mustache. Buffy. Buffy. Like the Demon Slayer, the TV series lady. Buffy, mustache. Let's read this sentence. Mio padre è l'uomo con I baffi. Slower. Mio padre è l'uomo con I baffi. So first of all, when we pronounce, we divide the sentence in different ways. So, mio padre è l'uomo con I baffi. But when we pronounce it quicker, we say mio padre è l'uomo con I baffi. So sometimes I think Italian does this unconsciously. I did it unconsciously, but I think it's something that Italians do. That means my father is the man with the mustache, with the pair of beautiful mustache. So mio means my father. If we were two people, for example, we are two sisters, and I want to say our father, we would say nostro padre. Nostro padre. Me and my sister father. But in this case, it's my father. It's the singular, the third singular of the verb essere. We will see all the verbs. Mio, it's my, like we said a while ago. Padre, it's father. Father. And these are the modes, like we said. Every person have a different mode. So there's io sono, tu sei, lui è, noi siamo, voi siete, loro sono. And like we are noticing the third singular, so imagine like division from singular and plural. The third singular, it's è. So it refers, of course, to my father. Mio padre è. L with apostrophe, it's lo, because like we saw earlier, in theory, it's lo uomo, but it sounds horrifying because there are two vowels close. And when two vowels are close, we get the apostrophe. Uomo means man. Uomo. Mio padre è l'uomo. With, con means with. I means the. But I is the plural. Because Buffy is plural. Buffy is our word of today. Buffy, like the Demon Slayer. That means mustache. So, mio padre è l'uomo con I baffi. So I even tried to pronounce it like I would pronounce it, because that's how Italian people talk. We talk really fast. So, mio padre è l'uomo con I baffi. So let's proceed with the letter C. It's C. 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 So it's soft. C. C. I chose the word caffè, where the C, as you can hear, this is soft C, this is hard, caffè. It's like a K, basically, caffè. That means coffee, of course. Let's learn how to politely ask for a coffee. So you get in the bar and you say, vorrei del caffè. Vorrei del caffè. Slower. Vorrei del caffè. So we use the little apostrophe at the end to put a little bit of emphasis of the letter. So caffè, when you see that small apostrophe, you know that you need to put emphasis. Caffè, caffè, caffè. Vorrei del caffè. That means I would like some coffee. Letter D. 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 Like denti. That means teeth. Denti. And here my teeth hurts. Let's read this. Really useful. Ho male ai denti. Ho male ai denti. Slower. Ho male ai denti. We speak really fast, so I will probably say ho male denti. Ho male denti. Next letter, E. 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 Elefante. It means elephant. I have an awesome memory. So we say to say I have an awesome memory, we say I have the memory of an elephant, because they are really good at remembering things. So let's read it. Ho la memoria da elefante. Ho la memoria da elefante. Slower. Ho la memoria da elefante. Elefante. it means I have an awesome memory. Means literally I have the, and la is feminine because memoria is, oops, memoria is feminine, so la is the definite article, memoria, da, of an elephant, basically. I have the memory of an elephant. Of elephant, literally. We are gonna see all the verbs, so earlier I just talk about some verbs, but honestly, I'm gonna make videos just about the verbs, so all the conjugations of the verb. So let's go quicker a little bit in this spot, because afterwards it will be boring with all the verbs and you will be overwhelmed by the amount of verbs. F, 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 farfalla. That means butterfly. Farfalla. Farfalla. Let's learn to say as delicate as a butterfly. Delicata come una farfalla. Delicata come una farfalla. Slower. Delicata come una farfalla. Delicata come una farfalla. Delicata come una farfalla. We put some emphasis on this word and then we say the rest. Like delicata come una farfalla. So to put emphasis on delicate as a butterfly. G, 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 G as a gioco, gioco, gioco. That both means I play and game. So it's an object, gioco, or I play, the first singular verb. So I play. Let's see how to say the new Souls-like games just came out. È uscito il nuovo gioco stile Dark Souls. È uscito il nuovo gioco stile Dark Souls. So we might pronounce things even if they are written in another language like French or English. We might have our pronunciation. In this case, we pronounce, as Italian, pronounce each letter of everything. So we wouldn't say like Dark Souls. We would say Dark Souls. We pronounce every single letter. So è uscito is come out. È is essere, comes from essere, that means be. Uscito is came out, is from the verb uscire. Il is the, and it's a definite article, properly masculine, because the game is masculine. Nuovo means new, gioco means game, stile means style, and Dark Souls, of course, means Dark Souls. And another translation of gioco is I play, for example. I play to Dark Souls, or I play to Solitaire in this case. In this stupid example, I tried to make the examples as stupid as possible. Gioco a solitario. You could even say io gioco a solitario, or just gioco a solitario. So both things are correct, but like we said multiple times, gioco is just for the first person singular. So when you say gioco solitario, the other person knows that you're talking about yourself. Io gioco a solitario. H, 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 H. Like hotel, let's learn how to say I booked the hotel for the next week. Ho prenotato l'hotel per la prossima settimana. Slower. Ho prenotato l'hotel per la prossima settimana. I would probably pronounce it this way. Ho prenotato l'hotel per la prossima settimana. Way faster. Prossima settimana, it's tricky to pronounce. Let's analyze all the parts. Ho, it's the first singular of have, so avere. Prenotato comes from prenotare. It's booking to book something, to book the hotel, to book an appointment. Prenotare. So if you want to say I book an appointment, you say prenoto un appuntamento. This way. Prenoto un appuntamento. I book an appointment. In this case, or hotel, we wouldn't say hotel, we say hotel. So it's a foreign word, but we pronounce it differently, like we said before. Per is for, la is the definite article feminine, because week, settimana, it's week, it's feminine. Prossima, it's next. Even prossima, it's feminine, as you can see, prossima. You need to, of course, learn by memory all the words and if they are masculine or feminine. Like in any other languages, like French, for example, I. And I choose the word istinto. 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 It means instinct, like the gut, you know, the gut experience. You feel it in your guts. Let's see how to say I always trust my guts, or I always trust my instinct. Io credo sempre al mio istinto. Slower. Io credo sempre al mio istinto. Let's analyze every part of the sentence. Io, I, credo, believe, is from the verb credere. Io credo sempre, always, al, to, mio, my, istinto, instinct. J, Jennifer. So we also pronounce really differently. Every single word that is not Italian, we pronounce in our way. Jennifer. So we pronounce even the last letter. We don't say Jennifer. No, we say Jennifer. Lei è Jennifer. So you introduce Jennifer to someone and you say, she's Jennifer. Lei è Jennifer. Lei è Jennifer. L, like lago. We already see this. Lago. It's lake. And we are gonna understand how to say, I always go to the lake. Vado sempre al lago. Vado sempre al lago. So vado, it's go. It's I go. But we don't put the io vado sempre al lago because we know that it's me when it's vado. And it's from the verb andare, the first singular of andare. Sempre means always. Al means to the. Because al, it's basically two words. A plus il. Lago. So al lago, to the lake. Al lago. Vado sempre al lago. And now we have a foreign one. Italian people say kappa. 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 So we say KO. KO. Sono KO. Today I feel shattered. I feel knackered. So the translation is oggi sono KO. So today it's oggi. Oggi sono KO. 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 M. 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 Like montagna. It's mountain. Montagna. 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 So let's see how to say I prefer the mountain than the beach. Or C. Preferisco la montagna rispetto al mare. Slower. Preferisco la montagna rispetto al mare. Let's analyze each word. Preferisco, io, preferisco, first singular, is from the verb preferire. Preferire. La, it's the definite article feminine because mountain, it's feminine, okay? Rispetto means then, al, like we see before, it's a, il, mare. To, a is to, il de, and it's definite and it's masculine, and mare is masculine. Remember, the sea is masculine and the mountain is feminine for whatever reason. We are obsessed with feminine and masculine, but yeah, Italian is a lot of masculine and feminine, and it's really important to remember them by memory. N, 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 like nave. Nave, that it's ship. Nave, nave. So when you talk in Italian, always remember pronounce each letter. Probably there's an exception like the H, for example, but in general, pronounce every single letter. So let's see how to say the ship sank near the shore. La nave affondò vicino alla riva. Slower. La nave affondò vicino alla riva. La nave affondò vicino alla riva. Let's analyze each part. La nave is feminine, so did you see the definite article? It's feminine. The ship affondò means sunk. It comes from the verb affondare, and it sunk. So affondò is the third singular. Vicino is near, and alla it's again alla riva. But it sounds horrifying. So they got these ones together, alla riva, and they put the double L to just season the grammar here and there. Riva is shore, so shore, riva. Oh. 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 Like onore, that means honor. Onore. Onore. It's such an honor to know you in a formal situation, for example, to pay respect to a person and not say like you know this person. You use a formal way to speak, so you may say che onore conoscerla. Che onore conoscerla. Che onore conoscerla. Slower. Che onore conoscerla. So, with more enthusiasm, for example, you meet your favorite singer and you want to pay really a high respect for him. So, you wouldn't say, nice to meet you. You say, nice to meet. It's the equivalent of she, basically, in Italian. So, che onore conoscerla. Che onore conoscerla. So, I spoke in the first video about the H that adds a little bit of speed, if you notice. So when you say the C, sometimes when it's on its own, it's just chi, like cane, for example, dog. There's the H in this case, so it's a little bit of speed, add a little bit of speed. Che onore conoscerla. Che onore conoscerla. Che onore conoscerla. P. P, like the Greek alphabet. P, like piazza. 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 Now I brought 2 examples there. The second one is probably not really good to learn, but it's okay. I mean, when you talk with Italian people, they say really correct grammar, but they also say things that are not really correct, but it's how they speak. And you have to talk to other people. So sometimes you need to learn even the weird way people talk. So in this case, piazza means the square in a city, okay? So a place where you meet other people, like the square, and the verb places, he places or she places something. It means placing something. It's from the verb piazzare, and it means to place something. It can be an object, or it can be, in this case, a scommessa. That means it's a bet. So it's something abstract. So let's analyze first the square in the city, so the place where you meet other people. So how can we say, I will wait for you in the square, I'll be there. I'll be there, I just added, but I will wait you to the square. It's ti aspetto in piazza. Ti aspetto in piazza. Slower. Ti aspetto in piazza. So let's analyze. Ti is to you, basically, because afterwards we have aspetto from the verb aspettare, this verb. Okay. And you are basically saying, I wait you. So, aspetto who? You. If a teacher see this, is gonna scream in pain, but I want people to learn Italian in an effective way, I want it to be memorable. So you learn the thing, it doesn't matter how you learn the thing, you learn it in the right way. Even if the way it's horrifying. In, it means in, like English, in the, inside the, but in this case, in is used even if you meet on the square. And piazza is square, of course. Ti aspetto in piazza. And placing from piazzare means, let's say, like the man places a bet, for example. L'uomo piazza una scommessa. Slower. L'uomo piazza una scommessa. Like we saw before, lo uomo. There's a the apostrophe and have a, and it becomes l'uomo, the man. So lo, L-O, like it's masculine. So uomo is masculine. Piazza means places. Put something on something else, or abstract, in this case a bet. Una, indefinite article, feminine. So in this case it's not that particular bet, is a bet, like a general bet, not something in particular. He places a bet. In English, it's a bet. In English, la scommessa would be like the bet, you know? Scommessa, it's bet. Scommessa. Q. Quadro. Quadro. Slower. Quadro. Quadro. It means painting, picture, framed. So the quadro is the frame and the picture inside the frame is both together. So how we say, on the wall there was a beautiful painting. Sulla parete c'era un bellissimo quadro. You remember this moment, like a beautiful moment. There was a beautiful painting on the wall. Sulla parete c'era un bellissimo quadro. Slower. Sulla parete c'era un bellissimo quadro. Even slower. Sulla parete c'era un bellissimo quadro. Let's analyze each part, like always. Sulla, it's 2 words. Try to guess. Su and la. Because parete, it's the wall, it's feminine. So there's a big distinction here because the wall can be said in 2 ways. You can find parete, but you can even find muro. So in this case, it's a house, so we will say parete. But let's say there's a wall in the garden, for example. Sometimes you also refer to the walls in your home. But when you say like when you mean the construction thing, so the wall in your garden or the wall of your house, you use il muro. And as you noticed, la parete is feminine and il muro is masculine. So let's say I speak about the things on the wall, for example, the painting, the decoration, then I would use la parete. I quadri sulla parete. Le decorazioni sulla parete. But let's say I talk about the wall, like there's something wrong with the wall, or I need to destroy this wall to create an open space. In this case, then you use il muro. Ci refers to ci era. That means basically it's an article that refers to a place. So it's a placement. It's basically the equivalent of there. C'era is the equivalent of there was. Okay, so where? There. Where is the painting? There. So ci is there. Era is from the verb essere, and it's the third verb of essere, so it's she, he, or it. In this case, it, because the quadro, the painting, it's it, and it's an object, so it's it. C'era un indefinite article singular masculine, so un indefinite article singular masculine. Bellissimo comes from the word bello. Bellissimo is the most beautiful. So bellissimo is the most beautiful. And quadro, it's painting, picture, framed. R, like rinoceronte, 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 rinoceronte. It's rhino, of course. Let's see how to say the rhinos gets killed for their horns. Il rinoceronte viene ucciso per il suo corno. Let's analyze slower. Let's pronounce it slower. Il rinoceronte viene ucciso per il suo corno. Il rinoceronte viene ucciso per il suo corno. Let's analyze. Il definite article singular masculine because rinoceronte is masculine. Mi rinoceronte. Viene, gets. It's third person singular. So she, he, it. In this case it's it because it's an animal, unfortunately. Even if I talk about animals, even if it's incorrect, in theory, I speak about animals feminine and masculine, and a lot of people do that. Like, for example, the turtle, it's la tartaruga. It's feminine, so when you talk about la tartaruga, you use the verbs like it's a she, you know? When you say la tartaruga. In this case, we can use things to refer that rinoceronte is masculine, you know? Like, lui viene ucciso per il suo corno. Even if the rhino, it's it, in theory it's a it. I like, Italian people just like to use the masculine and the feminine a lot. So, lui viene ucciso per il suo corno. Viene, it's gets, is get, gets with the S because it's the third person singular. And ucciso, it's killed. Ucciso. Per, it's for. Il, it's again definite article, singular masculine. Suo is his, and corno is horn. Esse, esse, esse. Like sogno, that's both dream and I dream. Sogno. Sogno. So both the verb and the action of dreaming and the dream itself. So let's see how to say I had a beautiful dream last night. Ho fatto un bellissimo sogno la scorsa notte. Slower. Ho fatto un bellissimo sogno la scorsa notte. Ho fatto un bellissimo sogno la scorsa notte. Let's analyze each part. O, it's from avere, like we saw before. Avere. And fatto is from fare. So I have, I had. Un indefinite article singular masculine. Bellissimo, the most beautiful. Again, bellissimo. Sogno is dream. La, because again, remember, I let you guess. Definite, singular, definite article feminine. Because notte, night, it's feminine. Scorsa, it's last. So la scorsa notte is last night. About the verb instead, let's say I dream about moving in Scotland. It's true. I dream about moving in Scotland. Sogno di trasferirmi in Scozia. Sogno di trasferirmi in Scozia. Slower. Sogno di trasferirmi in Scozia. Let's analyze. Sogno, I dream. Di, about, of. Trasferirmi, to move to. It comes from the verb trasferire. It's literally trasferire me. Trasferire who? Me. Me. Trasferire me, translate in trasferirmi into, in this case, Scozia is the Italian way to say Scotland. T, like tartaruga, like we said earlier. It means turtle. In this case, the turtle is feminine. We are gonna say I have a turtle. Ho una tartaruga. So not the turtle, that particular turtle, is a turtle, you know? One of many. Ho una tartaruga. I have, io ho, una indefinite article, singular, feminine. Tartaruga. Turtle. Feminine. Remember. Rhino, masculine. Tartaruga, feminine. U. Like unico or unica, because we have some words that there's a masculine version and a feminine version. So unico is masculine, unica is feminine. That means unique, special. So you want to scream to someone, you're unique, you're special, to your friend. So you say unico or sei unica, depending if it's a female or a male. Sei means, of course, it's the verb essere, so to be, and unique, unico, unica is unique. Vi, like vero, true, vero. How to say it's true or it's not true? È vero. Non è vero. Slower. È vero. Non è vero. And now we have horrible guest, because this is pronounced in a way and then the example is totally different. But basically, this letter you can read a V doppia. That means basically double V. V doppia. But then when we pronounce this word, the toilet, we say in two different ways. I personally say vici. I heard some people call it vuci. It's horrifying. So I will say vici, and we are gonna decide this is the correct way to say vici. So it's vici is the toilet. It's literally the porcelain throne. So if you want to say like I broke the WC, for example, I managed to break the toilet. So you are in the toilet, something horrifying happens in the toilet. You are the most atrocious human being on the earth, and every time you move you break something, okay? So you get out of the bathroom and you want to say to one person, I managed to break the toilet. So how to say this? Sono riuscito a rompere il WC. Sono riuscito a rompere il WC. I managed to break the toilet. Slower. Sono riuscito a rompere il WC. So in this case, riuscito refers to a man talking. So this is the masculine version. If you are a woman, you say sono riuscita a rompere il WC. So let's just keep the riuscito like I wrote it originally, and let's analyze each part. Sono is I am. Riuscito it's manage. So riuscito. I am managed basically to, I'm sorry, I'm mixing the two languages. To, rompere, to break. I managed to break. So il, it's again, definite article, singular, masculine. Il, vici. I have no idea why we say vici and not WC. I have no idea why we say this, but we do. Zeta. Like zoo, we call it zoo. It's horrifying, I know. Zoo. How we say, I've seen a tiger at the zoo. Allo zoo ho visto una tigre. Allo zoo ho visto una tigre. So let's analyze. Oh, slower. Allo zoo ho visto una tigre. So allo, it's guess. Allo, because lo zoo, it's singular and it's masculine. Lo zoo. O, it's have from the verb have, so avere. Visto is seen, so it's I have seen, ho visto. Una, indefinite, article singular, feminine, because tigre, tiger, it's feminine. Allo zoo ho visto una tigre. X, like the famous Barbascura X.
Barbascura X.
For example, the word X. It's weird because you guys said X like exactly like this word. So when you talk about someone old, like an ex-boyfriend or an ex-volley player in this case. So let's say Marta used to be a volleyball player. So Marta è un ex pallavolista. Marta è un ex pallavolista. Marta is someone who used to be a volleyball player and she's not anymore. So Marta is this apostrophe heads that Marta is feminine, so una ex. This one, it's una ex, but like you know, the two vowels really closed means apostrophe. Ex, old, like someone who used to be something. Pallavolista, it's volleyball player. Or you want to talk about your ex, my ex-boyfriend, my ex, you know? Luca è il mio ex. Or you can say Luca è il mio ex fidanzato. So you can say ex or just, like, you can say ex fidanzato or just ex. Luca è il mio ex. Luca is the masculine singular il. Mio is my ex boyfriend, fidanzato. Ex fidanzato. For a reason. Ilunga. Yogurt. Lo yogurt è scaduto. So you get home, the yogurt has expired. It was the last one. You dreamed about the yogurt for a week. Really simple. At this level, you learned what is lo and what is e. And you are, like, if you are listening, are you listening? If you're listening, you already understood more or less how Italian works, but don't worry, we are gonna see the whole grammar in detail really soon. So this is just a little sprinkle of grammar here and there with some examples. So I wrote this little thing for you. In Italian, we pronounce every single letter with maybe the only exception with the letter H, which gives a strength to other letters in some cases, such as the G on its own is getto, like spray, and the G with the H is ghetto. The C on its own is cerotto, and the C with the H is chiamare. So this is everything for today. I hope this was useful for you. See you next time. Till the next time, be awesome.